Listen to me. God puts something on you they can't explain. Like, have you ever walked into a room and without saying much at all, some people instantly gravitated towards you while others immediately seemed uncomfortable? Like, you hadn't done anything at all. You hadn't offended no one. You just simply showed up and somehow the whole atmosphere changed. Have you ever wondered why? I want to give you this revelation. This because people don't always respond to who you are. Sometimes they're responding to what they can sense. Because there is something about the presence of God that reveals hearts before conversations ever begin. Like, light doesn't create darkness, it exposes it. That's why in the Bible it talks about men love darkness rather than light, right? And if you notice that the light didn't attack the darkness, it just simply arrived. See, your presence can expose what your words never mentioned. That's why some people are drawn to you. They feel peace around you, right? They always like to be around you. They feel hope around you. They feel encouraged after talking to you. You remind them that God is still working no matter what's going on. But other people, they feel the opposite. They become uncomfortable. And it's not because you mistreated them, but because your life reminds them of the person they're refusing to become. Listen to me carefully. See, people tend to resist what they can't manipulate. As long as they can control your emotions, they're comfortable. As long as they can influence your decisions, they're comfortable. As long as they can pull you into drama, man, they're comfortable. They straight. But the moment they realize you answer to a higher calling, the Lord, everything changes because they discover they can't control someone who is surrendered to God. See, think about Jesus for a minute. Everywhere he went, people had opposite reactions, right? Some people, they left everything they was doing to follow him, right? Others actually plotted to kill him. The same Jesus produced two completely different responses. Now, why is that? It's because presence reveals posture. The condition of a person's heart determines how they respond, see, to the presence of God. And I'm thinking about this, but some of you keep asking, what did I do wrong for them to be like this? Maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you're trying to solve a spiritual problem with a natural explanation. There you go. And I want to help somebody. Stop apologizing for making people uncomfortable. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Stop apologizing for making people uncomfortable when your only crime is walking with God. Hear me. You go to work. You mind your business. I'm talking to you. You treat people with respect. You stay humble. You don't bother anybody. Yet somehow somebody always have something negative to say. Does that sound familiar? Like, here's why. Because favor can be explained by people who don't understand it. They keep looking for the reason. There has to be something. They can't really be that happy. They can't really have that much peace. They can't really keep bouncing back after this, after life treat them so bad. They can't really smile after everything they've been through. No, what they're seeing isn't perfection. It's the grace of God on your life. See, the favor of God will make your recovery confuse people because they expected what broke somebody else to break you. But instead, you came back stronger. You came back wiser. You came back with more compassion. How? Because God's hand never left your life. See, some people don't dislike you. They dislike the confidence they lose when they stand next to someone who knows who they are in God. See, insecurity compares, identity celebrates. That's why secure people can clap for you, but insecure people need you to shrink so they can feel bigger. Like, don't do it. Never reduce yourself to make somebody else comfortable. Remember this. Like, if your light bothers them, the answer isn't to become darker. The answer is to keep shining because light was never created to negotiate with darkness. It was created to overcome it every single time. And I need you to receive this because the enemy doesn't mind if you attend church. He becomes nervous when you begin carrying God's character because character can't be fake forever. People can imitate gifts. They struggle to imitate fruit. Anybody can pretend for a season, but patience, kindness, self-control, peace, joy, love, long suffering, the fruits of the Spirit, those things reveal who's really been spending time with God. That's why the enemy attacks your peace first, because peace is evidence that you've learned to trust God no matter what you're going through. See, the greatest flex isn't having money, it's having peace. Money can't buy. See, people expect successful people to have influence. They don't expect them to have peace. That's why that's what makes God's presence so attractive. Somebody watching this needs to stop wondering why everybody doesn't like you. Jesus wasn't loved by everyone. Joseph wasn't loved by everyone. David wasn't loved by everyone. Daniel wasn't loved by everyone, yet they were used mightily by God. See, the common denominator wasn't personality, it was purpose. Purpose attracts and purpose exposes. And I want to go a little bit deeper because you got to stop trying to convince everybody you're a good person. The people assigned to your life won't need endless explanations. Your consistency will speak louder than somebody else's opinion. Don't forget that. You don't have to defend what God has already established. You don't have to prove what heaven has already approved. Walk in love, walk in humility, walk in integrity, and let your life do the talking. I say that all the time because here's what I've learned in my life. The people who are genuinely for you will be inspired by your growth. The people who secretly compete with you will be irritated by it. Number those are just facts. You can't control either response. So stop trying. Your assignment isn't to win everybody over. Your assignment is to remain faithful. And I believe this prophetically that the same presence of God that has carried you through every battle after battle after battle is about to distinguish you even more. Doors are going to open. Listen to me, that don't make sense. Favor is going to find you without you chasing it. Peace is going to guard your heart when chaos surrounds you. And the people who couldn't understand why you kept rising will finally realize it was never just your talent. It was never just your personality. It was never just your education. There was something greater on your life. Working behind the scenes, the hand of the true and living God was on your life the entire time. So don't become discouraged because everyone doesn't celebrate you. Just keep walking with God because when his hand is on your life, no amount of criticism can cancel what heaven has already decided.